Hi everyone. Today is August 23rd, and just probably will talk a little bit about the day. My kids were here, and I didn't have a lesson during the morning, and the other one was rescheduled. So I had a chance to work on uh, some artistic things, and so I was working on this mandala, um, and I was trying to get back to this kind of color scheme that I had done with this kind of light blue, light green, dark green, and I wanted to get something that I could also turn into something 3D. So I was experimenting with cutting it out and making it, trying to get it at least kind of as a cone. And it turns out there's a name for when the cone has like the top part cut off and with the base. And then I was realizing that like the angle and the width, I had to figure out like, okay, what size base and at the top, and then eventually when I had first taped this to the sides, it was kind of not quite what I was expecting. So then it turns out I just made a lamp shade. But it then led to some curiosity. So this is what it looks kind of 2D, and this is what kind of I was able to get it to kind of become 3D. Not quite the same as some of these kind of a flower or something in the background over here, where I'm just kind of expanding on something and seeing how to get that to kind of pop. But then I came across some things about some optical illusions, something called like reverse perspective, where there is kind of a center area and then there is some kind of what looks like it's convex. It's actually concave, and we're kind of looking down at it, but the perspective and the distortion on the sides, the eye kind of flips it inside out, and we get the impression that we're looking at something with depth. And there was somebody who had a tutorial about how to create that. So that's something I'm curious and just thinking like how could that be developed with like with a mandala. So I was looking at some other video as well about kind of the depth and perspective and vanishing points, and like one vanishing point, two vanishing points when, for example, we're looking at the side of a building and we can see kind of this side going that way and the other one going that way, and how the idea of like parallel perspective where the lines stay parallel, or linear perspective where they kind of converge towards the vanishing point, and then realizing with possibly three vanishing points, then that's creating kind of like an X, Y, and Z, so that there might be a different angle that the viewer is either kind of looking down on something in 3D or looking up at like a building, and realizing that it has kind of the X and the Y and then the kind of the Z, and that the eye, if it's kind of one eye, is on kind of possibly even a fish eye perspective. And so that was interesting, and I had no idea that I was going to be taking like a deep dive into a lot of these kind of artistic things, just because I wanted to kind of be curious about drawing these mandalas and how to kind of experiment with making it like three-dimensional art, because it is kind of flat, and then see what could happen with the 3 dimensions. So yeah, that's something I'm curious about. I don't know how to apply that yet to teaching English, or involving teaching English with that, or teaching languages with that. But it's just something to keep my mind curious, and discovering new things. And most likely I will probably discover some kind of make some connection that could inspire me for teaching that I had not considered before. But so I'm just staying open-minded for that, and continuing to do things with physical exercise, something creative with artwork or playing music, and also having opportunities to go out and meet neighbors, for example, the English group tonight, and so it's definitely helping with kind of staying in a good mood, and that's about it for today. Hola a todos, hoy es el 23 de agosto y ahorita estaba hablando en inglés sobre hacer mandalas, hacer arte en 3D, y eso me como puso a investigar un poco más de perspectiva y como distorsión de la imagen, para llegar a tener cierta perspectiva en 3 dimensiones, y un punto donde no se ve, no sé cómo se explica eso en español, pero como el punto en la distancia donde las líneas convergen o convergen. Y entonces estaba investigando eso, y me gusta tener esos como descubrimientos o aprender nuevas cosas con el arte y perspectiva, y quiero seguir viendo qué puedo aprender con como ilusiones ópticas, etc. También sigo haciendo ejercicio. No fui al gimnasio, pero sí hago en la casa, entonces ya son 24 días consecutivos para hacer algo para el ejercicio, y espero ir mañana. Y hace rato estaba en una conversación en inglés con vecinos, y me gusta eso, y ya son 11 meses. Entonces yo creo que el próximo mes vale la pena organizar algo para celebrar un año. Así es. Bonjour tout le monde. Aujourd'hui c'est le 23 août. Je parle un petit peu de l'art que je faisais aujourd'hui avec des mandalas, et que je l'ai transformé en 3D. Et au début, je voulais faire comme un cylindre ou une type de cône sans le point. Et je commençais à voir un peu comment ça se fait. Et ça me menait un peu vers une découverte de comment on arrive à faire la perspective avec un point dans une distance, ou 2 points s'il y a comment, les lignes de X et Y, et aussi 3 points avec la profondeur. Et c'était très intéressant à comprendre tout ça. Et plus tard dans la journée, je suis allé à une groupe pour parler en anglais. Ça fait maintenant 11 mois que j'organise ça. Et voilà. Hallo an alle. Heute ist der 23. Tag und heute Morgen hatte ich ein bisschen Kunst gemacht und es ist etwas, das ich möchte mehr wissen für Kunst und wie machen die Maler mit zum Beispiel Perspective. Ich habe ein Video geschaut und jetzt verstehe ich ein bisschen besser und ich möchte etwas zu tun für Kunst in 3 Dimensionen. Im Abend bin ich zu Kaffee gegangen. Es gibt eine Gruppe für English Praxis und es ist jetzt 11 Monaten, das mache ich es. Und es freut mich sehr, mit die Nachbarn sprechen auf Englisch. Und ja, das ist alle für heute. Ciao a tutti. Oggi è il giorno 23. Parlo un po' del giorno nella mattina. Avevo fatto un po' di arte con mandala e mi piace anche fare questo in 3 dimensioni e con questo avevo voluto imparare più sopra prospettiva e come fare questo e con illusioni ottiche e imparato un po' sopra esso, sopra questo. Nella sera sono andato al club di conversazione in inglese che faccio oggi 11 mesi. E questo è tutto. Всем привет, сегодня 23 августа. И сегодня я делал немного искусства, мандала, и также мне нравится делать это в 3 dimension. И поэтому я хотел учиться немного и понимать и изучать, как делать перспектив. И сейчас понимаю немного лучше. И вечером у меня был клуб, чтобы разговаривать на английском в кафе. И сейчас я дома. И так, это все. И большое спасибо. Пока.